You know what's wild? We're still eating green bean casserole, a dish invented by a soup company in the 1950s. Let's do better. This is Apfelrotkohl, German red cabbage with apples. Let's make it from scratch, and I'll show you why it deserves a spot on your holiday table this year. For about 6 servings you'll need a medium head of red cabbage, a couple of tart apples. You could replace these with quince or pears if you want. A little bit of butter, lard or goose fat, sugar, vinegar. I'm using a red wine vinegar, but an apple cider vinegar is just fine. You also want a few classic spices, a bay leaf, a couple of cloves, or maybe some juniper berries if you got them. And of course we are not going to use plain water, although we could. Unfiltered or regular apple juice is the better choice. There are a few optional ingredients. You can add a little bit of red wine, or you could add some red currant jelly for an extra fruity note. Start by slicing the cabbage as thinly as you can. I like to use tart apples like these farm apples from my local farm stand. I have no idea what type these are, but they're tart. Of course you can use pretty much any other apple. Go for something on the tart side. A Granny Smith would work just fine. Tart apples tend to balance the sugar and the vinegar in this recipe perfectly. Peel and slice your apples. Start by melting your butter or fat over medium heat. Add the onions and let them soften until translucent. Then sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of sugar and let it caramelize lightly. Once the sugar starts to turn golden, stir in the cabbage and apples until everything is evenly coated. Now pour in the vinegar and stir. Add your bay leaf, cloves and juniper berries. I like to put these into a little tea bag so I don't have to fish them out later. These spices create the warm aromatic base that makes this dish unmistakably German. Instead of water or wine, pour in half a cup of unfiltered apple juice. It adds a gentle fruitiness that ties everything together. If you want a richer flavor, you can still add a splash of red wine, or hint, port wine is excellent too. Cover the pot and let it simmer gently for about 45 minutes. Stir occasionally, make sure it doesn't burn, adding a bit more apple juice if it gets too dry. And if you want to see more of my holiday favorites, there's a playlist linked in the end screen that you should watch next. As it cooks, the cabbage turns from bright purple to deep ruby red, and the aroma fills your kitchen. This is one of the dishes that actually rewards you for making it ahead of time. When you reheat it the next day, the flavors will be deeper and fuller. And there it is, Apfelrotkohl. A simple make-ahead side dish that looks festive, tastes amazing and costs next to nothing. I'd love to hear what your holiday sides look like this year. Are you team green bean casserole or are you ready to switch to Apfelrotkohl? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps my channel.